All four corners you have what they call a stabilizer jack. Key word is a stabilizer jack. That is to help prevent rocking and swaying of the camper when it is parked. It is not for lifting or leveling the camper. There is a rod inside that connects the end here. It is then hand cranked down. Once it touches the ground, one more full turn is all that is required to secure these to the ground. Once again, there is one in all four corners and they all operate the exact same way. This is just a storage compartment. Right here is your fresh water fill. This is what they call your potable water. You literally would take a garden hose, stick it in there, and let it fill up. You do not want to leave it unattended. If you leave the water hose filling for an extended period of time, it can cause the tank to overfill, swell, and actually drop out the bottom. The way you know that it is full is it actually will just overflow back out of here. So it takes just roughly 10 minutes to fill the tank. So you can stand here and watch it fill, and as soon as the water comes back out, you know that it's full. The drain for this tank is actually underneath the camper. It is located right here. This is the drain valve for your freshwater tank. The valve pointing to this way is closed. If we turn the valve the other way, it is then open and drains out all the water in the tank. This is your cable, satellite, and telephone hookups. When you're at the campground, if you have a cable hookup, it is labeled for you cable. If you carry a satellite dish with you, it does have a satellite hookup. And if you do have a telephone hookup, it has the telephone hookup as well. More storage here. Right here we have your outside shower. So just like your inside shower, it has a hot and a cold. It'll work off either the water pump or the city water connection. It has a pull-out hose that coils in there for better storage. Right next to this is they call a black tank flush. This is how you drain your black tank by rinsing it out with the garden hose once you have drained your tanks. What you would do is you take your garden hose from your city water connection, which is located below this, screw it into the top connection here. You would open up the drain valves for the sewer, turn the water hose on. That'll then spray water through the toilet tank and out through the sewer drain. Below this is the garden hose hookup. This is where you get your city water connection at the campsites. And this is what gives you direct water pressure inside. We do recommend pressure regulators that come with our deluxe starter kits. Water pressure needs to be around 45 psi. Anything above that can cause the lines to break inside, so water pressure regulators are definitely recommended. This is your water heater. Your water heater is a gas electric water heater. Is a DSI, which means direct spark ignition, which means you do not have to light it by hand. There's a switch inside that we'll go over here when we go inside the camper to show you how to turn it on propane. But there's a little on-off switch tucked away in this bottom corner with a little cotter key through it. That is how you turn on the electric. You would remove the key and turn the switch to on. As soon as the camper is plugged in, then your water heater is on electric. If you are not full of water in the water heater, you can burn up the element. So there are two good ways to check and see if you've got water in the tank. You can pull the pressure release valve, and that'll allow water to drain out. If you get water coming out of there, you know that the water heater is then full. Or if you have good water pressure coming out of the hot side of the faucet inside, then you know it's safe to turn your water heater on electric because your water tank is then full. Other than that, the anode rod or the drain plug is down here. This helps with water quality and odors. This will need to be replaced at least once a year. For winterization purposes, this is how you would drain it, and that's the best time to find out if that will need to be replaced. Down here below is your sewer water or sewer drain. The larger pole right here is what they call your black tank drain. The smaller pole over there is your gray tank. So this one is going to do your sinks and your shower. The one back here is going to do your toilet only. They do all drain to the one central location. This is where you connect your sewer hose. The sewer hose will then go from here to the ground. The cap goes on travel purposes. The handles out mean they're open. You simply slide them in to close them, just like this. When you're ready to drain it, you want to go black tank first. That way anything that's in the toilet tank goes through the sewer hose first. Gray tank second. That helps rinse out the hose, keeping it clear of any any waste that might be going through there. When you're draining it, this goes back up to your black tank flush. You want to make sure you leave this valve open when you're using the black tank flush above.